I have received many calls from aspirants who appear to be deeply interested to learn Upanishads. Most of them have made a mention that since we do not understand Sanskrit, would it be possible for us to learn Upanishads? And although I have answered them during my conversation on the phone, but yet I thought it appropriate to give a small recording on this curiosity that prevails in many. We have interpretations by several great masters. Some of them have been exalted beings who have interpreted each and every single word of Upanishads threadbare. They have gone to the root level of the constitution of every single word in the Upanishads. So much of work has been done by many great masters that it is essential for us to benefit out of their work. Your curiosity about a language which beholds more than 2,000 roots, where a meaning of one single word could be assigned in different ways, connotations in different sense. If one tries to learn Upanishads merely going by the words of the language and their meaning in the dictionary, to me it appears that it is not possible for one to do justice with the esoteric learning and understanding of Upanishads. Sanskrit grammar, Sanskrit dictionary is available today on the internet. There was a time when publication was a huge task. It took weeks together before a book shall be able to touch the press for printing. But today, with the advent of new technology, you can publish a book from the moment you stop writing within hours. The designing, etc., takes minutes. The software is available. Likewise, even Sanskrit grammar, Sanskrit to English, English to Sanskrit is easily available on the net. You can search it by yourself and find that every single word has been assigned a list of meanings. So it becomes conflicting to assign which meaning to a word which finds its mention in a verse. Therefore, the understanding of exalted beings is essential for its invocation. The usage of every single word in the verses of Upanishad has a specific purpose, has a specific mention under some specific light. Therefore, simply knowing the language shall not be able to do justice to the understanding that we have to derive by the study of Upanishads. In a way, not exactly, but in a way, I'm just making a mention as a metaphor. The scriptures, especially the immutable ones, the Veda, Upanishad, and Gita, are to an extent encrypted ones. One has to open, unravel the deep esoteric meaning that they behold in light of their usage, their mentionings. So therefore, knowing Sanskrit or not knowing Sanskrit may not matter to that extent, whereas having inquisitiveness of a true seeker to learn and understand the scripture is more important as an eligibility that can benefit the most from the understanding of Upanishads. Today, when we talk about this subject, language no more remains a barrier. Your inquisitiveness and the interpretation bestowed by several great masters shall facilitate you to gather the entire perspective, the fact that some unknown master would have had while composing such scriptures. When I undertook this assignment of teaching Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, the foremost point which I observed within my own self was not to exert my own personal intellect to draw any conclusion in haste, but instead of that, observe the observations through interpretations of several great masters. Some of them are exalted beings. Experience, observe them. After having observed most of them, their work, through the work which we have today, then undergo an inner contemplation in consonance with the light of the modern times, the prevailing situations, the complexities which a modern human confronts. With the modern mind, the same fact has to be absorbed and digested so that a conclusion in direct relation with the prevailing times can be drawn. And this manner of study has proved to be more appropriate to this humble teacher. Observing the understanding of several masters and then undergoing a personal contemplation thereafter. So, my message, in light of this curiosity which started as the first point in this deliberation, is knowing Sanskrit or not knowing Sanskrit, one should try and learn the language, there is no doubt about that. But merely learning Sanskrit for the sake of understanding Upanishad is not required. One should learn for one's own interest in the language. Certainly one should. But for the understanding of Upanishad, one has to rise above the language, because language stands very well interpreted and dealt with by several great masters through their work. And that was all that I wanted to share through this message. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.